we thought it'd be really cool to see one like a kind of more gross out guy buddy comedy, but with chicks, with two ladies. And so we wrote it about these two women, one of whom is like a pot smoking ne'er-do-well. She can't keep a job. She's like kind of adrift in her life, and she gets a job as a tour guide for this like southern what
I said
what?
she just because she said me, she described herself.
Okay.
Maybe at least I have a job.
Okay, yeah, you can identify.
Yes. Rhea hosts another podcast here called Because We Got High, so that's why.
No way.
Yeah.
Oh no, do you do it while you're high?
Allegedly.
Oh wow!
There are some legal ramifications. So yes, that is allegedly.
Oh, I see. Yes. Okay. Well, that's allegedly sounds fun.
Yes. Allegedly, it's a great time. Yeah.
Oh my god! Well, I know Doug Benson does that show, Getting Doug with High, and that is the only time I've smoked on. I think. I mean, there's a long story where I smoked once in a movie and had a panic attack, but I'd be afraid to do that.
Which movie?
It was called Strange Wilderness. It was this kind of a stoner Adam Sandler produced comedy, and I made the mistake of getting really. It was a scene where I had to rip like 3 really big from this bong. I had to take like 3 hits of this bong, and it wasn't like a method actor thing. It was truly just to be able to take a big lungful of smoke, because the fake weed they gave wasn't really smoky and it was bothering my lungs. And so I knew a guy on set had some, so I put in a little nugget, and then there was a hair in the gate. But back in the day, there used to be, when they used film, they would check the gate, and sometimes every once in a while there'd be a hair in the gate. I got so I had to smoke a lot. So I smoked a lot. I got paranoid. It was in the middle of the day at Griffith Park, and I couldn't finish shooting. I had to, and Jonah. I remember Jonah Hill was in the movie, and Jonah and I were roommates at the time, and he goes, he did an impression of me later, because when he got home that night, I said, "How bad was I? Like, was it noticeable?" And he goes, "Dude, you look like Man on Wire." He said, "You were walking like this." He was like, "You were walking like this, like you were on my wire the whole time." And it was really embarrassing that I couldn't finish, but
it happens to everybody.
Yeah, no, man, I'll never do that again. But this was so this was a concept that was developed with the help of weed.
Love it. That's amazing, because like you said, and we jumped in there, but one character is a little bit lost, and in comes Judy Greer, who's a ghost.
Right. So Melanie Linsky's character is playing as this tour guide, is pretending to be this woman who lived there, and Judy is the ghost of that woman. And Judy's character like takes offense at how Melanie's playing her. Kind of, she's like, "Well, I don't." She's like a good, she's like a lady, a proper lady, and so she starts haunting her, but in an annoying way, she interrupts her when she's trying to hook up with the guy, and she like stops her from smoking, and they form this pact where Judy is going to teach her how to be like a proper lady, like a true lady. And so written by 2 guys.
Yeah.
And mansplaining what it means to be a lady.
Yeah. I love it. This movie sounds so much fun. And you wrote this with your brother. What's it like working with your brother all the time? Because, siblings fight.
Can fight. Yeah.
Well, are you guys are you?
We are not. No, we're not. But we might as well be.
Well, okay. Well, see, that's the thing with us. We're just such good friends, we're brothers. Yeah. But we're like, beyond that, we're just really close. And we don't, it's weird. I don't know. People keep saying that, like, isn't that tough to work with your brother? But we have such similar, I think what it is like we have a really similar point of view, a sense of humor. And so we just kind of trust each other. And there was not, I'm trying to think, but there wasn't a moment where like one of us felt really strongly about something that the other one didn't. We were pretty aligned. He was a lot better at talking to the actors, because I tend to be, as you can hear, like long-winded, and I was really like effusive with the actors. I was like, oh my God, because I love Melanie. I love Judy Greer and Melanie Linsky so much. I'm just like a fan, so I found myself like, we had so little time to shoot this movie because it was a low-budget movie. So I found myself taking up a lot of time just gushing about what they did in a take. And Christian would then say to me, like, he'd have to then step in and say like, okay, but you guys have to say this line, he'd have to give the note, whatever it was. And so I think they started going to him over me because he was a lot more direct, clear about direction. But I just really trust him. He's the funniest person I know. So it was easy.